guys, I'm Jessica Bryson. Welcome back to my channel. It is still the month of February, which is the month of love, and we are here all month talking about how to love God, how to love yourself, and today we're learning how to love other people. Most of us are very familiar with the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. But in the Bible, Jesus was asked which of these rules are most important to keep. And Jesus actually summed this up very nicely. Of course, he's God. And he said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your spirit and soul. And then he went on to say, love your brother as yourself. So how are we supposed to love others? We're supposed to love them like we love ourselves. And that doesn't mean some people. That doesn't mean just your family, only your closest friends, only the people that you get along with at work. That's not what the Bible said. That's not what Jesus said. Jesus said, love your neighbor. Your neighbor is not simply the folks that you live next to in maybe your apartment complex or in your neighborhood, in your home. It's everybody who's walking God's green earth. You are supposed to love them like you love yourself. And going back to our previous videos, our first video was talking about how to love God and establishing a relationship with God. And for example, if I was to tell you that I was in a relationship with someone that I only spoke to once a week on Sundays, or maybe a few times a year, Easter, Christmas, right? You would think I was crazy. Like, how could I be in a relationship with someone that I only speak to periodically? However, most of us treat God that way. We say that we're in a relationship, but we hardly ever talk to him. So go back to video 1 to talk about how to establish a relationship with God, because as you strengthen those muscles, you're going to hear more and more from the Holy Spirit. And as you hear more and more from the Holy Spirit, he will guide you on what to do. Again, also as you strengthen your relationship with God, you begin to understand who you are and whose you are. You begin to tear off all the lies and labels that people have thrown on you from various experiences that you've had throughout your life. And you begin to realize that, hey, I'm not garbage, I am valuable. And as you realize your value, you begin to see the value in other people, even if they don't see it in themselves. And so it's very important that you look at the person as who they truly are, not their behavior, not their experiences, not their environment. And it is often we see people who are acting outside of the character of who they really are. And their true character is their God-like self, which is love, which is all of those characteristics of the fruit of the Spirit, right? Peace, love, joy. And what you begin to realize as you draw closer to God, you get something that you kind of take on something that I like to call God goggles. You begin to see people as God sees us. You begin to see their realness, their uniqueness, and you start to realize that the lady who's in Walmart cussing out everyone in the line is just a hurt person. And she's had to fight her whole life. And so the only way that she knows to communicate with people is to demean them. And so in the face of adversity, you see it for what it truly is. You understand that the lady who's cussing out everyone down the line in Walmart is not necessarily a bad person. She may just have had bad experiences, and that has caused her to be hard and guarded and to have to come off as angry and belligerent and standoffish and never allow anyone to get too close to her, because when she has, she's gotten hurt. So you begin to see those things. And as you realize that about other people, you can love them in a different way. You can love them just because of who they are, and you can have some compassion towards some of the experiences that may have caused them to live the sort of life that they live now. So, when you are loving others as you love yourself, you have to forgive. And we're going to go over forgiveness next week. That's a big topic that needs its own video, okay? But today we're going to focus on two things. Typically when we think of relationships, we often think, well, what are they doing for me? What have they done for me lately? What is this person going to do for me? What are they going to get me? Where are they going to, what kind of position are they going to put me in? But I challenge you to throw away that thinking and really begin to think, what do I bring to the table? How can I serve another person? What can I give to them? For example, one of the ways that I express love to my husband is I enjoy cooking for him. And when I cook for him, I don't like to just leave the food on the stove. I actually like to prepare his plate, have everything organized, sit it in front of him, sit his cup in front of him, sit his silverware in front of him. Now, he never asked me to do that, of course. Now, obviously, he enjoys it, right? Because it's less work for him. But as his wife, I've thought of a way that I can express love to him. I can serve him and say, this is one way that I want to help to make his day easier. So specifically, I know what times he typically arrives home. So I try to make sure that his meal is already done. So when he's walking in the door, I'm literally putting his plate on the table so that he's ready to sit down and eat. So I'm thinking about that in all of my relationships. If a friend of mine says, hey, I'm really struggling in this class, I'm finding it hard to find time with God. The next time that I'm in TJ Maxx, I might buy them a Bible or a spiritual journal or something that will be inspirational to them. I'm finding a way to show up in that relationship and add value. So number one, how are you serving other people? Get your mind out of what are they doing for you, okay? And put your mind in a state of service. How can I be of service to someone else? And oftentimes we aren't of service to other people, not because we don't want to, but because we feel as though, well, I don't want to give so much of myself and not get anything back. And that leads me to number two. Number two, you only get what you give. I know it's counterintuitive. You want more love. You want more friendship. You want more forgiveness. You want more clothes, more money, whatever, right? Well, if you want whatever you want more of, give it. Start giving it away. You want more love in your life? Start giving more love to the people who are in your life. That could be your friends, your family, your significant other. Begin loving on other people. And I promise you, it's going to come back to you tenfold. It's a universal truth. It's a spiritual law. Whatever you give, you receive. Whatever you give, you receive. Whatever you plant, you reap. So if you want more money, give away more money. And you'll start to see all around you checks coming in the mail, or someone paying for a meal, or you're in a line at a store and someone pays for your groceries and then they walk off and the cashier says, oh, that person just paid for your groceries. And you're like, wow, that's so nice of them, right? Begin to give away what you want to receive. Think about that. Think about that in what do I really want? What do I want? I want more love and romance. I want my boyfriend to be more romantic. I want my husband to be more romantic. Okay, so are you romantic to them? No. He should be romantic to me. But you can only get what you're giving. So if you want him to be more romantic, you begin to be romantic. Start to light some candles around dinner. Ask him, hey, do you want me to run a bath for you? Or would you like me to massage your back? You said that you had some tension in your back. Begin to give more, and I promise you, you will receive. Because what you find is as you give more of yourself, people start to realize how genuine and true you are, and they want to just pour into you because you've given so much of yourself to them. And you don't give to receive, but it's just true that when you give, you do. So don't go giving saying, okay, well, I gave 3 days ago. Where am I going to receive? Okay, that's not why you give. Because sometimes where you give is not where you receive from, but you will receive. So you may give to one friend, and that person may not give back to you, but another one gives something to you. So never give with the intention of how I'm going to give it back. Just give. That's all for today's video. We are talking about love for the whole month of February. In our first video, we learned to love God first. In our second video, we talked about loving ourselves. And today we discussed how to love others. And we know that begins with loving others as we love ourselves. And the way that we do that is through service to others. In our churches, in our personal relationships, in our family relationships, constantly think of ways that you can add value or you can help to make someone else's day easier. And that immediately translates into your giving and getting. So as much as you give is as much as you receive. And if you hold on, whatever you're holding on to, you won't get. but whatever you give away freely, you will receive freely. So I hope that this message blessed you in a mighty special way. As always, I enjoy doing these videos, and I am Jessica Bryson, and I'm so happy that you stopped by. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time, take care, love.